హలో Good morning, students. Good morning. My screen is visible. Good morning. Voice is audible. My screen is visible. Please write a message in chat box. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about unit 2 second part, iterative and incremental process framework. Okay, iterative and incremental process framework. So before this life cycle pages, just a discussion about for some of the characteristics of a software development process. So the characteristics of a successful software development process is well defined when there is a separation between research and development activities and production activities. So when the separation between research and development activities and production activities, so most unsuccessful projects exhibit of the there are a lot of unsuccessful projects are there. They are exhibit one of the following characteristics. One is an over emphasis on research and development. That mean in over emphasis means too many analyses or papers studies are performed, or the construction of engineering baseline is performed. So these are the over emphasis. So too many analysis are paper studied. Okay, and also an over emphasis on production. So over emphasis on production means rush to judgment, design, and premature work by overager orders, and also continue hacking are typical. So these are the over emphasis on production. So a modern software development process must be defined to support the following. Okay. So why we are using these means life cycle phases and also process artifacts. to modern software developers must be defined to the support the following. First one, evaluation of the plans and also requirements and architecture together with well-defined synchronization points. And also we also defined risk management and objective measure of progress and quality. And also evaluation of the system capabilities through demonstration of increasing functionality. So see here in this iterative and incremental process framework, it is categorized into three phases. One is life cycle one, life cycle phase. Second one, process artifacts. Third one, process workflow. So after completion of these three topics, your second unit is completed. Okay. So first we discussed about life cycle phases. So here phases resolve around achieving a product that can be shipped to a customer. So that can be shipped to a customer with attention to robustness and also performance, fit and finish. Okay, so here phases resolve around achieving a product. So that can be shipped to the customers with attention to robustness, performance, fit and finish. So here the life cycle phases are categorized into see here engineering and production stage, next inception phase, then elaboration phase, then construction phase and transition phase. Okay. So see here in first one we move to the engineering and production stage. So to achieve economies of a scale and a high return on investment, we must move toward a software manufacturing process driven by the technological improvements in process automation and component based development. So at the first order, the following two stages of the life cycle are there. So in engineering and production, the two stages in the life cycle are engineering and production phase. So here see here the two stages of life cycle is engineering stage and the production stage. See the PPT here, slide here. So to achieve at the first order are the following two stages in the life cycle. So that is one is the engineering stage, another one is the production stage. So engineering stage driven by smaller teams doing design and synthesis activities. So they are smaller teams that they are doing design and synthesis activity. Then move to the another one, production stage. So these are the longer teams. They are doing construction, test and deployment activities. In production team, we are using larger teams. In engineering stage, we are doing smaller teams. So here, life cycle aspect has risk reduction and also products, activities, assessment, economics and management. So we have to in risk reduction, what is the engineering stage emphasis will do, and the production stage emphasis will do. So in risk reduction in life cycle aspect, engineering stage emphasis schedule, it work on scheduling and also see about technical feasibility. In production stage, it will see only cost. And next one in products, in engineering stage, it architecture line, means starting of the architecture, and also in production stage it will take care about a production release baseline, start of the production release, and also starting of the architecture design. And move to the another one, activities. So in activities, in life cycle engineering phase, analysis the activities and also design the activities and also planning the activities. But in production, we do only implementation activity and also testing activity. Okay, see here. Then we move to the assessment. In life cycle as aspect assessment, here we see inspection, production test, we do only testing. Then see life cycle aspect economics in engineering. See in engineering we resolving disconnection of scale, but in this we are exploiting economics of scale. Here we are resolving, here exploiting the economics of scale. Last one, management. In engineering stage we are planning, in production stage we do operations. So these are the engineering production stages. One is research stage and another one is production stage. No. Then so here attributing only two stages of life cycle is so see here engineering stage and production stage. In this so see here the between engineering and the production is a crucial event for the various stakeholders. So for it is various. It is a crucial event for the stakeholders for the transaction between engineering and the production stage. So the production plan has been agreed upon, and there is a good enough understanding of the problem and the solution that all stakeholders can make a firm commitment to go ahead with production. So in this the engineering stage is decomposed into two distinct phases. One is in engineering stage inception, and the other one is elaboration, and the production phase also into two distinct phases, construction and transition. These four phases of a life cycle process are loosely mapped to the conceptual framework of the spiral model. Okay, so yeah, in here we see here you are using here spiral model, because here we are performing iterations, but in waterfall model we cannot perform iteration. So here we perform iteration, that's why we are using here spiral model. So here the work of is actually, and the work of in engineering stage creating the, and in production phase constructions, here construction. So in this is a beta release. So beta release is an intermediate product is constructed here. So in this intermediate production is constructed here, and see here in transition product it actually finally produce the product and make it available to user. So in products it produce the product and make it available to the user, that is transition. So you see the diagram. So see the diagram, every time the spiral growing in size as move in the future further details. So here the size of the spiral is growing in size. Okay, so it is just due to the amount of work that has to be done in all these stages. So due to the amount of work done, the spiral size increases in all stages. So as we proceed in future stage, the spiral diagram are growing in size. Okay, understand? So here the engineering stage is decomposed into two distinct phases: inception and elaboration phase, and the production stage is also decomposed into construction and transition phase. So these forces are represented with a framework of the spiral model. See here, I already told you, as shown in the see in the PPT, and with radius and angular dimensions. Okay, I already explained about radius and angular dimensions. We call it the radius, and two or more than two we calculate as angular dimension, and more than 2 points or 3 points we calculate it as a angular dimension. Okay, so far clear? Next, I move to the next one. So the next one is inception phase. So already discussed about engineering production stage. Next we move to the inception phase. So see here in inception phase, the goal of inception phase is to achieve primary objectives and essential activities and primary evaluation criteria. So in this inception phase, we are primary objectives, essential activities, and also primary evaluation criteria. So in this primary phase, we have here vision documents with general vision of the core project requirements and key features and main constants. So here vision of vision documents with general version of the project requirements and also key features and main constraints, and also in this initial use case model, and also initial project glossary, and also initial business case, and initial project plan and risk assessment, and also here one or more prototypes we are using here. And this phase so see here in the project phase, inception phase, the overridden goal of the inception phase is to be achieve concurrence among stakeholders on the life cycle objectives for the project. So here primary objective establishing the project software scope and boundary condition, including an operational concept, acceptance criteria, and a clear understanding of what is and is not, and what is not intended to be in the product, that is decided in primary objectives, and also in this discriminating the critical use case of the system and the primary scenarios of operations that will driven the major design trade-off. So that will design the major design trade-off. Okay. And also in this demonstrating at least one candidate architecture against some of the primary scenarios. At least one candidate architecture. And also in this primary objective, estimating the cost and scheduling for entire project. And also in this estimating the project risk. We are also estimating the project risk. So here establishing project scope and conditions, clear understanding of what a product is in primary objective, and also demonstrate the architecture, and also here demonstrate the critical use cases of the system, and estimate the cost and schedule for entire project in this primary objective, and also already told you estimate the potential risks. Okay. Then move to the essential activities. So after primary, we will move to the essential activities. So here formulating the scope of the project, and the information repository should be sufficient to define the problem space and derive the acceptance criteria for the end product. And in this synthesize the architecture, okay, and an information repository is created that is sufficient to demonstrate the feasibility of a least one candidate architecture, and an initial baseline of make or buy decisions, so that the cost, schedule, and resource estimates can be derived. And in essential activities, planning and preparing business case, and also alternatives for risk management, staffing, iteration plans, cost or schedule or probability trade-offs are evaluated here in essential activity. Okay. And in this essential activity, formulating the scope of the project. So this quality involves this quality includes capturing the requirements, understanding user's point of view. So here quality involves the capturing the requirements and also understanding the user's point of view. So in this synchronize the architecture. So synchronizing architecture means design trade-off, problem space, ambiguities, and also technologies and methods to be evaluated. Then cost, schedule, resources should be derived in synchronizing architecture. And in this another one is planning and preparing business case. So in planning and business prepares case, risk management issues, staff, and plan trade-off should be evaluated. And in this infrastructure such as tools, process should be determined. So in this synchronization architecture is there, and also planning and preparing business is also there in essential activity. Last one, primary evaluation criteria. So primary evaluation criteria, so in the primary evaluation criteria, here see, do all the stakeholders concur on the scope definition and the cost and schedule estimates. So here we have to do all stakeholders concur on the scope definition, cost and schedule estimates. And also here are you, sir, here are requirements understood and also evidence by the fidelity of the critical use cases. And here are the cost and schedule estimates and also priorities, risk and development process credible. And also we have to here evaluate, do the depth and breadth of an architecture prototype demonstrate the preceding criteria. And also in this actual resources expenditure versus planned expenditure acceptable or not, we have to evaluate in primary criteria. So in this primary evaluation criteria, check whether the requirements are understood and also are the cost schedule estimates, pointer, risk and development process are process credible or not, we have to check. And also are actual resources expenditure versus planned expenditure acceptable or not, we have to see in primary evaluation criteria. And also in this do the architecture prototype demonstrate the criteria. This is about inception phase. So far all of you clear about inception phase? So then we move to the another one. So then move to the, after inception phase, move to the elaboration phase. So here elaboration phase is divided into primary objectives, essential activities, elaborating process and infrastructure, and elaborating the architecture, and also so see here this so in this overall phases, this elaboration phase is the most critical of 4 phases. So we have 4 phases are in this elaboration phase is the most critical. So elaboration phase activities must ensure that the architecture requirements and plans are stable enough and the risk should be sufficiently mitigated. So you have to see the activities here. And also in elaboration phase, cost and schedule for completion of the development can be predicted here. Okay, and in the elaboration phase, the architecture is built in iterations depending on scope, risk and size of the project. And also this phase consists of primary objectives, essential activities, elaborating process infrastructure, and elaborating the architecture, and last one primary evaluation criteria. One minute. So these two including in essential activities only. One minute. So these two are included in essential activities only. Okay, this elaboration will consist only just like inception phase, primary objectives, essential activities, and primary evaluation criteria. Okay, so visible my screen. Okay, see here in this elaboration phase. this elaboration phase has almost complete use case models, and also in this supplementary requirements including non-functional requirements also, and in this we have to discuss about software architecture and the design model, test case and executable prototypes. All these are used in elaboration phase, and revised project plan and risk assessment also see in this model, and the and finally we see the preliminary user manual. All these are seen evaluation elaboration just about primary objective. So in this primary objective, baselining the architecture as rapidly as practical, checking whether all changes are rationalized, tracked and maintained. So in this architecture as rapidly means increase, actually rapidly means fast flowing. So in this so as rapid as practical checking whether all changes are rationalized, tracked and maintained, you have to see in primary objective. And also we have to baselining the vision, and also we are baselining the high fidelity plan of the construction phase. Okay, high fidelity of construction phase, and also in the primary phase demonstrating the baseline architecture supports with the reasonable cost and reasonable time. You have to check or demonstrate this baseline architecture supports with reasonable cost and the reasonable time. You have to see in the primary objectives. Then move to the essential activities. In this I already told in essential activity elaborating the vision. Okay, so in elaborating vision, this activity first involves with the critical use cases that drive the architecture to the next phase. So this involves with critical architecture that drives into the next, and then second is, and in this elaborating person infrastructure, here the construction process and process automation support and milestones are established here in essential activities. And also in this essential activity, elaborating the architecture means checking the potential components are evaluated correctly or not, we have to check here. And the next construction phase, cost and schedule should be determined with confidence. So next construction phase also determined in essential activities only. Then finally move to the primary evaluation criteria. So in this is the vision stable, or is the architecture stable, are the major risk elements are addressed and credibly resolved or not, we have to check in primary evaluation criteria. And do all the stakeholders agree with the current can be met if the current plan is executed to the develop the complete system. Okay, so if the current plan is executed to develop the complete system, you have to check in primary evaluation criteria. Or actual resources expenditure versus planned expenditure are acceptable or not, we are also see here in primary evaluation criteria. So criteria, the architecture is stable. Does the prototype show the major risk elements addressed or resolved, or is the project plan of sufficiently decided or accurate? And also, do all the stakeholders agree that the vision can be achieved, and are the actual resources expenditures planned acceptable or not, we have to see here. So in elaboration phase, we have to analyze the problem domain, and also establish a solid architecture, and also in this eliminating the highest risk elements in elaboration phase by addressing the most critical use cases. You have to find the risk by using most critical use cases, and also in elaboration phase refine the plan of activities and estimates. So this is about elaboration phase. Then we move to the construction phase. So far all of you clear? Okay, then I move to the construction phase here. So in this construction phase, so in this phase, all the components and application features are integrated. In this, all the components and application features are integrated in this construction phase. All the features are tested thoroughly. And this construction phase represents production process, managing resources, controlling operations, regarding cost, schedules and quality. So in this construction phase, many projects are large enough where parallel constructions, increments and so these many where parallel constructions and constructions come increments. Okay, increments. Okay, then this parallel architecture increases the complexity of work and team. So this construction phase increases the in this user cases have been realized with traceability information and also complete software products which is integrated on all needed platform, and also complete set of results for our tests, and also here user manual, we do here user manual, and also in this in this complete set of artifacts, design document, code, test cases, all these are chosen construction phase. Okay. Then here the primary objective. Here primary objectives in this minimizing the development cost of optimizing resources, avoiding unnecessary scrap and rework. So we are avoiding the unnecessary scrap and rework, and also achieving good quality as rapidly as practical, and also achieving useful versions as rapidly as practical. So this is primary objectives, and in this some here in this objectives, all the features considered are developed, thoroughly tested, and also property development to product development. From property development to product development, this is the objective. Then we move to the essential activities. In this resource management, control and process optimization is there, and also complete component development and testing. In this assessment of product release against the acceptance criteria of the vision. So here assessment of product release against acceptance criteria of the vision. Then we move to the essential activities. Okay, then we move to the primary evaluation criteria. Is the product baseline nature enough to display the user community? We have to check, and also is this product baseline stable enough? Are the changes made correctly to achieve the good product? We have to check, and also are the developers or stakeholders ready for transition to user community? And in this primary evaluation criteria, the expected expenditure and the planned expenditure are acceptable or not, we have to check here. And in this essential in this evaluation criteria, is this product baseline nature enough to deploy in the user community or not, we have to check. And is this product baseline stable enough to deployed in the user community? Are the stakeholders ready for transition to the user community? Are actual resource expenditure versus planned expenditure acceptable or not, we have to see in construction phase. Okay, clear? So here in this construction phase, all remaining components application features are integrated into the application. All features are thoroughly tested. Next one, transition phase. So last one in life cycle phases, that is nothing but transition phase. So here where the product is nature enough to deploy at end users domain, in the transition phase is entered. So here, to deploy at end users domain in the transition phase is entered, and this phase includes the following activities. First is beta testing to avoid new system against the user expectations. So here beta testing is there to validate the new system against user expectations, and also parallel operations related to legacy systems, that is nothing but the old systems, and also conversion of operational databases, and also here training of users and maintenance. Okay, so here we are training of users and maintenance, we are providing training to the users and maintenance. And the transition phase concludes whether the deployment baseline has achieved computer vision or not, we have to check here. And also transition phase focus to place the software into hands of the user. So it mainly focus to face the software to the user. Okay, and in this conversion of operational database is there, and also this phase also includes beta release, enhancement releases, user oriented documentation, training users, reacting to users feedback, and also supporting users in initial product use. Okay, so these are these phase includes all these. One is really beta releases, another one is enhancement release, and also user oriented documentation, and training users, and also reacting to user feedback, and also supporting user in initial product use case. So then move to the so then move to the primary in the understand about this transition phase. So this transition phase is entered when baseline measure is enough to deploy in the end user domain. This phase could include beta testing, operational databases, and also training of user and maintenance. So this transition phase includes complete project, product in use, and also lesson learned. Okay, and here the primary objective is there. So in this primary objective, achieving user self-supportability, and also achieving the deployment in complete and consistent, and also achieving the final product is done rapid and cost effective as practical. So these are in primary objectives. So in primary objectives, issues after development, and also training customer services and providing helpline assistance here, and also new cycles may start in this transition phase, then move to the essential activities. In this synchronization and integration of increments consistently at deployment, and also assessment of deployment base times against complete vision with acceptance as the criteria. Understand? So here assessment of deployment baseline against complete vision with acceptance as the criteria. So then move to the evaluation criteria. Is user satisfied? We see in evaluation criteria. Or we see here actual resources expenditure versus planned expenditure is acceptable or not. We see here. And also in transition phase, user is satisfied or not. Okay. Here user is satisfied or not, we have to check here. So this is about transition phase. So our actual resources expenditure versus plan are also each of 4 phases consists of 1 or more iterations in this life cycle phases, and also in this life cycle phase, one minute, just I closed the PPT. So see here in this so in this life cycle phase, in this life cycle phase, each of 4 phases consists of 1 or more iterations, which some technical capabilities produced in demonstrable form, and also assessed transition from one phase to the next maps more. Okay. So here one phase to next maps more to a significant business decision than to the completion of specific software activity. So this is about life cycle phase. Tomorrow we will discuss about process artifacts. This is very important. Process artifacts. In previous papers, in all sets they asked about artifacts. You have to concentrate on process artifacts. Tomorrow we will discuss about process artifacts and process workflow. After that, the second unit is completed. Then we move to the third unit. So anybody has any doubt, please write a message in chat box, or any queries. Any queries?